Hi everyone, today's Saturday, April 29th. Here's what happened this week in Hearthstone. Patch 26.0.4 released on Thursday of this week, and it was packed. 25 card buffs, several card nerfs, Battlegrounds adjustments, duels adjustments, and an adjustment to how Death Knight triple rune cards will interact. All Death Knight cards with any 3 rune requirements such as Frostworm's Fury, Grave Strength are now removed from all Discover pools and random generation effects. This is also what I believe to be a great change, as Rogue and Paladin cannot discover any more of these triple rune cards, which is a bonus. I think this is a great change that does not break the Death Knight class, but tweaks it enough to hopefully lessen the win rates on the class. 25 buffs also happened, strengthening some classes a little bit. Warrior, Mage, Warlock, and Druid got a tiny bit of love, as well as Shaman and Rogue. Heck, they even buffed a Priest card. I loved seeing influencer responses though, day one, when the patch notes were released, like this gem from No Hands Gamer. Warrior now survives for 2 more turns before dying. It's still way too early to predict how these adjustments are going to impact the meta, but we've seen quite a bit of contention the past couple of days saying that these buffs for other classes were way not enough and we need to nerf Death Knight now. Again, I think it's way too early to make any additional adjustments, especially this quickly after a patch. There's been a big change in my opinion to Death Knight, and I think a week or so to settle things will be good. Streamers and pro players are already saying a few decks seem better than they were a week ago, so more refinement of those decks are absolutely needed. Also, I'm very happy that very little impact was made on Demon Hunter, my new favorite class right now. Outcast Demon Hunter is my friend. I will be discussing the meta as it pertains to this patch on Monday's video, where I go over some top decks to help you with your climb. In Wild, Twig of the World Tree is finally nerfed, and in other news, Wild players have been seen recently dancing in the streets. One group was quoted as saying, "It happened, it finally happened," while singing and laughing as they passed by. Don't get too upset or too excited, because this is Wild and busted things happen all the time. Buddies are leaving the Battlegrounds meta super soon. Besides the patch adjustments that were made for Battlegrounds in this week's patch, the developers commented that this is our last expected patch of this Buddies meta. Battlegrounds Season 4 is coming soon with patch 26.2. When it does, Buddies will be removed again to make room for a massive minion shakeup. But don't worry, we'll see our Buddies again one day. For now, hang tight. Season 4 details are right around the corner. So it looks more like we are just getting a minion refresh, not a new way of playing like quests or buddies or bringing the quests back. And as it happens, every meta change, as soon as I start getting the swing of the Battlegrounds meta at the time, they change it drastically and then I'm just back into the dumpster. I have to figure it out again. Some may not like this type of situation, but for me, I love changes like this. It's almost like a brand new game for me, and I love trying out the new synergies. Guess I'm going to try and go to Blizzcon. So, I have not been on a plane for several years, no need to travel, and this was way before COVID, but it looks like it's about to change. I'm going to make a massively strong attempt to be at Blizzcon this year. Of course, we have zero information about Blizzcon yet. I'm looking forward to hearing those details, but for now, I have to plan, prepare, and save starting today if I want to make it. And that's if I can get tickets. Is anyone who watches this planning on going to Blizzcon? Let me know in the comments. If you know anyone in the Hearthstone community, you absolutely have to have heard of Thijs, right? Considered one of the greatest Hearthstone players, having an amazing professional career, playing Hearthstone and being one of the top watched Hearthstone streamers on Twitch today, he's an inspiration to everyone who watches him. A wholesome, funny guy who plays this game very well and entertains us every stream. Early this week, I made a video highlighting how low the win rates were on some classes before this week's patch, and then woke up in the morning and saw his stream, playing a control mage deck like a boss. So I posted on Twitter that morning how Thijs was making it look like there is no problem with mage in the current meta, and sat down and drank my coffee while watching his stream. Then this happened.
Guys, I see some nice news here on Twitter. There is the news of this week in Hearthstone. Have you guys ever heard it? This week in Hearthstone, G2 Thijs is over here, a 2-bit control mage on the high legend climb. So maybe it's not as bad as we think. In G2 Thijs we trust. People very worried about the low win rate of Mage, but in G2 Thijs we trust. This week in Hearthstone. Here, there he is. This week in Hearthstone is in chat, guys. I feel honored. I feel honored, man. That I am in this week of Hearthstone news.
When I started This Week in Hearthstone, I hoped this channel would eventually give me the opportunity to interact with the Hearthstone influencers that I have been watching and following for years. But when the absolute GOAT of Hearthstone talks about you in a stream, it is another level of cool. My birthday is this week, and that was literally the coolest gift I got. Thank you, Thijs. This literally made my week. Thanks for watching. See you next week, and until then, maybe I'll see you in the tavern.